Welcome back to Central Valley Talk, where we celebrate what's good about Fresno. There's so many great things going on in Fresno. Not just Fresno, the whole valley. Selma, Sanger, Madera. There's wonderful things going on everywhere. But when there's good things, we need to know about them. And you need to go support them, otherwise we can't keep having these cool things. Is art stuffy or is art fun? Can art be fun? We've asked Tim Padilla from the Downtown Artist Gallery to come and answer these questions for us.
So this is a show we're going to promote for January 2nd. Art Hop is alive and well.
Nice.
Off of Van Ness, Mono, L Street, Robert Agata Studios next door, David Ed and Sharon Alexander at studio, Corridor, Clay Hands, Fig Tree Gallery, Salazar Studios. We're all within 200 feet of walking distance. Yep. So Art Hop, January 2nd. 5 to 8 p.m.
Now that's the first?
Yes, the first Thursday of the month.
It's always the first Thursday of the month. And by the way, I'm from the tower, and this trolley stops in front of my house here, picks me up and takes me down there.
Excellent.
And it's free.
Yes.
It's so fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that the first Thursday in January will be the...
January 2nd, 5 to 8, and then also January 4, we'll be having a reception with the artists.
That's a Saturday?
Following the Art Hop from 1 to 3.
And you get to really meet and talk to the artists that day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not saying you can't at Art Hop, but I like the receptions as well. Now tell me about this exhibition, because it's really different.
So there's this project called Exquisite Corpse. In grade school, the teachers would pass a piece of paper, and person number 1 would draw some kind of head or figure, and they would fold the paper over, leaving a little lead for person number 2.
To where you can tie it in together.
Person number 2 does a little drawing. It's then folded again. Now each of these drawings, portions of the drawing, aren't seen all at once. So then when person number 3 finishes, it's unfolded, and then you have this exquisite corpse. Sometimes there's a theme. It could be a dragon or whatnot. This started early with the surrealists. So the exquisite, the weird version of this particular corpse that unveils. In this fashion, we have over 50 artists that participated. There are 17 panels.
And the panels are big.
The panels are about 30 inches wide and 60 inches tall,
Okay.
so almost human-size corpses.
Now, I don't know, maybe we could understand a little more if we looked at some kind of examples. Are these the ones for this show? Or?
Yes, exactly. So there are 3 artists on this particular panel. On the top section is Leslie Batty. In the center section is Cynthia Cameron, and on the bottom section is Kevin Stewart McGee. And I have taken this panel, and it has been taken to person number 1. I don't know who started which section.
Okay.
They, again, do their painting. They had it for about a month. They would mask it off, leave a lead. They had a week to find person number 2, and the dates are on the back of the panel. That person then picked the remaining 2 sections, painted it, and then found person number 3, and then they had another month to work on it. And ultimately, these 17 paintings came back to our gallery, and they're all covered with butcher paper.
So the person who did the bottom doesn't know what's on the top?
Correct.
Yeah.
All they have is a blank piece of
Amazing.
paper,
Oh
and
my
everything
gosh.
starts to get covered up and buried.
Uh-huh.
So when the paintings came to the gallery, we had all 17 paintings set up on the walls, ready like a show, and even I don't know what the paintings look like, because I wanted to wait.
Yeah.
So one by one, we're pulling off the paper. It was like Christmas. It was so much fun.
Grand unveiling. Let's take a look at another one. Just how these come together. Now they could be 3 different themes, 3 different. Would they all be the same materials or different materials?
So it was a wood panel that we created down at the studio, my wife and I, and the artist had the option. You can see in the center, it is a wood kind of color background. So Phil Bowers chose to only do the center portion of the color. Tyler Smith is on top. He has decided to cover up all that wood with gesso and started to put colors onto it. Same thing with Nancy Holiday on the bottom. She's covered up all of the wood, started her painting process, and have all these colors. And what's wonderful is that the neck ties in with the body of the neck, and then the legs tie into these little shapes. And these create great rhythm, I like. And so these are, this is a second good example of one of the panels.
And another amazing one.
So this particular panel, all three artists decided to leave the background. So now Vic and Masoyan on the top has this beautiful character with splatting. Piet Ogata in the center tying her mysterious, exquisite body in the center. And then Patricia Wakita lightly turning that and bringing it back into this brilliant color. So it could be a bird head, it could be fish legs, it could be an elephant trunk, it could be whatever artist was going to create. And then at one time we unveil these things.
Now, are the ones for January 2nd? Is it the 2nd of January?
January 2nd.
Are they already done? Are they in process?
They are all done.
They're all done.
We had the artist party.
So the artists have seen them.
The artists have seen them.
Yeah.
So in this case, our reception, January 4, from 1 to 3, you have 51 artists that you get to have a conversation with.
That is nice. Now, they take the wood panel to their own studio?
Yeah, some people have their own studios. Some people have, like a workshop at Corridor, there's some studio spaces back there. Their own studio, like Broadway Studio. Another wonderful thing about having all of these artists is that we have James Geralds. He does an Art and BS podcast.
Nice.
So check it out. He has some interviews with the three artists in a room. The painting is in the room with them. And they have a lovely conversation about what the experience was with these three different people during this particular time.
Nice.
So Art and BS podcast, James Gerald's the host. There's about 4 episodes out there, and some are already online.
Already online. That's neat. So you do things like this there, different things.
Different things every month.
Every month is different there. And so a lot of, like, 60 inches is a tall piece of art.
Yes.
You do a lot of big things there.
Yeah, and it depends on the artists. We have Michael Phillips, who's a photographer that does large-scale black and white, still produces from a 5x8 camera.
Nice.
Down to our affordable art show we just had this last art hop. Small knits, textiles, and art things. They were much smaller things you can buy for Christmas presents and get ready for the holidays.
Very good. That's fun. But Art Hop is happening, and it's not just a downtown artist gallery. There's all these galleries.
Correct.
In fact, even though they're right there together, there's so much to see, it's hard to get through all of them.
It is true. Fresno Arts Council is our liaison that posts all of our e-blasts for 60. There's over 60 venues.
Yeah, I get their emails.
So you get the brochure from the Fresno Arts Council, and you can hit all the spots that are necessary for the art hop.
Yeah. Now, we started Central Valley Talk back in 2008 because people kept saying there's nothing to do in Fresno. This thing's free, right?
This art hop is always free. Yes.
And you can take the trolley for free if that's a problem. You're not going to have
Correct.
to park downtown and stuff like that.
We do open our parking lot behind our building for relaxed parking. It's open. So if it's loaded, I don't know, maybe we're doing well.
We're doing well. And my point in bringing all this up is, if we want to stop saying there's nothing to do in Fresno, we have to do what is being done.
Correct.
And to walk down there, and I like to get some of the food. I get a beer down there right around the corner from you guys, and it's an event. It's a happening, and it's a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing it every month.
Mike Briggs has shown up to our art hop.
I will again.
Thank you so much.
Last thoughts? We're out of time.
That's right.
All right. Downtown Artist Gallery, 701 L Street. I've lived in Fresno for 65 years, and I still have to punch the address into my thing because I get turned around downtown because everything's kind of crooked.
Things are changing. There's little construction down there, but yes, 701 L Street, downtown Fresno, off of Van Ness, Mono, and L Street.
L Street. All right. We will be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.